Alright everybody, welcome on in to another match here in Beyond All Reason. Today we have a 2 versus 2 on the map Gecko Isle. This is a north versus south map, symmetrical with water around the entire perimeter. Let's take a look at our teams. For the red team, spawning in the north, we have Sen 8890 with a Cortex Commander in the top middle position here. His partner, Victorious Dead, spawning in the corner, as Yellow Armada going bots. Sneaking a little title generators there for their energy income. Their opponents on the south in blue, Marcosis, Cortex Commander, starting off with a vehicle plant here in the corner. And his partner, Blade Seduction, Green Commander, Armada going with bots in the bottom center. I'd like to see if anybody gets into any early aggression. We do have bots on each team, but it looks like the blue team they have a little bit different of a strategy here, seeing as Marcosis went for vehicles off the bat. Generally speaking, they are stronger, but you're going to have less of them, and it takes longer to get into the vehicles that you want. Mainly you want the brutes and the pounders versus other infantry, and those are very expensive metal wise, so it takes time to build up that economy to be able to produce those units. Some ticks from the green player coming across, gonna do some scouting. Yellow sending out their own ticks for information purposes. Don't see any of them grouped up yet to try and make a rush for the back line. Could happen though once they get near the end of the map. Get a LLT here for Victorious, gonna take out. Oh wow, great reaction time here from Blade Seduction. Saves it from running into that LLT. But there's units here to stop it in the other direction, so it's not gonna matter all that much. I like Victorious Dead setting up this LLT here, which will prevent any backline intrusion to this high ground here. So he doesn't have to worry about putting any other defenses up there. The ticks for Victorious are coming together here on the southern side of the map. There's an LLT up for Seduction, and it is covering everything important, and ticks can't go in the water. See if Victorious is paying attention, doesn't walk them into death. Gonna go around. Let's get him queued to go around this way. Could get this res bot, which would be a nice pickup instead of running into the LLTs. With a little bit of patience, there will be some stuff coming out here that will be vulnerable. Just has to take his time. Meanwhile, Red's starting to build up some grunts. He's got a res bot out there eating up the metal and the cacti on the map. Yellow did take out that las. Now there's a pawn here to try and defend this constructor. It will do so. Takes out the 3 ticks. Gets away with its life. Good trade there. It's interesting to see how fast the green player can expand to this entire side here, and how fast the red player can expand here, because that's really going to dictate who takes the economic advantage. You need to get constructors out and expand as fast as you can without reducing your frontline forces to the point where you collapse, which is very difficult to balance out. Marcosis is getting his commander pulled forward. If Green builds beamers at all of these places, it's going to take a long time for him to expand out and around. I do like the tidal generators for energy production though. They are way more efficient means of energy. Wind isn't bad on this map, but tidal is just very good for efficiency wise for what it costs to build one versus what you get out of it. Green's las here is going to get caught. Red's not paying attention. Green might get away with his. Very lucky there. Seeing some lines being drawn here, but not seeing a lot of aggression out of anybody, which I'm really surprised about. Green does have a big swell of units, and he's just not sending them in anywhere. And now Sen is getting his commander up to the front line to help anchor positions in. Because the big group of units becomes a lot less useful when you have the enemy commander who can de-gun things down. Looks like Marco is going to go for Mass Lasher. If he is allowed to get to about anything over 10, it's going to be very difficult to collapse on them without taking huge losses because of their huge range advantage over all the bots. Grunts, in big enough numbers, you can collapse on them and get to them and take them out, but if he's kiting you back the whole time, you're going to take heavy losses. We got Grunts pulled into the pawns here. Red has built up a very large swell of Grunts and positioned so that Green's units got surrounded there and just annihilated. Now Green is left with almost no forces. And Red, correctly so, is just pushing. Got how many Grunts down here? 21? And the number just keeps growing. He's stopping. He's going west instead of continuing to push into the back line. There's not enough lashers directly right here to deal with this. And this is where he's going to come in. Not an ideal choice for him, as he is now in between the units of both players. He's trading out extremely well. Don't get me wrong, he has so many units. But he moved to the one place where they really could get taken out. And with that, they all go down. And there's just now a huge field of reclaim out here. We got almost 900 metal to reclaim. Green desperately needs to get units up to the front line, though. He did transition to a vehicle lab, and he's going for blitzes, to give him mobility to cover all that area. And since he's still going up against primarily a grunt-based army and pawns, blitzes trade out very well, but once you have more of the rocketeers and then eventually thugs and maces, the blitzes do not trade well against those at all. It looks like he's going into stouts, the medium tanks, which is a good transition. I'd like to see some Janus as well. They have very, very high damage output. You just gotta dart them in and run them out again. The incomes are fairly close still. Blue team's got a little bit of an energy lead, but the metals are very close. Looks like green is going for a little dive through with these blitzes. Gonna get a mechs. If he stops with these constructors, yeah, he's gonna lose them. It's 2 mexes. Oh, we got fiends coming out. Red has done a T2 transition. Just gonna put all of the units with the blue team on a timer if they don't transition themselves as well. These few blitzes did pull a lot of the units back from the front line, but green did not use that time to fortify along the same line that blue did. So you've got the line here, and then it just drops off, which creates a very bad position right in here, where the enemy, when pushing down, is going to run into this and then naturally come in behind the defenses of the blue player. Whereas on the other side, red and yellow have a smooth line across. When you have something like this where, like, oh, you don't have this part of the map, it's better to just make a line like this as opposed to a sharp angle. Starting to see some weaknesses in the red player side too, though, as he's trying to take the entirety of his half, and he's spreading himself a little bit thin because of that. And these lashers are going to start working on these grunts that are holding the line, but not for long with this many lashers coming up. Blue decides to go on with these grunts aren't going to last long. There's a lot of lashers. The fiends, though, are the right answer to collapse on these. Blue reacts quickly, and red decides he's not going to chase. The wafering back and forth is not ideal. Fiends get on top of the lashers, start punishing them. The wafering back and forth, though, did mean that a few of those fiends were already very low on health by the time they actually collapsed on this. Green sending in some stouts. They're not going to accomplish too much here. There's just overwhelming numbers. Lashers staying out of range of the fiends. And again, getting off a lot of free shots. We've got Sheldon coming in, though, and Sheldon can beat the range of the lasher, and they're just superior in every way. Okay, maybe move speed is the only thing the lasher has, but the Sheldon makes up for it in its damage and its range. I'm not usually a fan of the T1 artillery, but that one is placed in a very good position. High ground covering a huge swath at the center of the map. Looks like red just shared some T2 with yellow, which doesn't make much sense because yellow has a T2 lab up himself. The T2 transition did happen from green here, working on his mexes. So you can see the income's still really close. We have T2 from everybody now. So we're seeing a little bit of a lull in the action as everybody's trying to ramp up their economies, building T2 mexes, and soon, here we go, starting fusion reactors, trying to get that next level of energy production so that you can utilize all the metal that you're coming in to pump out units. You really need like above 500 energy income and about 40 metal income to make T2 units. But if you want to like actually pump them out, you're gonna need a lot more. Got some lightnings coming through. Not a bad choice, but they are going into a hardened position, which is not a good thing. I don't know if Seduction has scouted this out at any point. Doesn't look like it. He doesn't know what's up there. He just has no idea at the defenses that are placed in. I'd like to see some Mausers with the radar jammer and radar bot. Decent trade right there for the lightning tanks. A lot of pawns go down. Now they're trying to run past. You can see if they can get some economic damage done. Commander is chasing, but he is not going to catch up. Victorious's commander is coming down to meet to try and degun these down. Looks like he's going to get them. There's already a sharpshooter out. Perfect degun takes him out right in the line. So for all those lightning, he gets one mex. Not the best trade. Meanwhile, on the western side here, Tiger's rolling out from the advanced vehicle plant for the blue player. I'm assuming that we're going to see banishers and maybe some czars as well. Don't have any queued up at the moment, but that's okay. We do have Mausers queued up though. I don't see a radar bot and a radar jammer, though. Those are very important to go with any artillery pieces. Decent amount of Sheldon out for red. Again, no radar bot or radar jammer. It's going to make things very inefficient when you're trying to push forward with them and you don't have the vision from the radar bot and the concealment of the jammer. Because they're not tanky at all, so you need to protect them by preventing them from being fired upon. Red already has 2 fusions up. His economy is leaps ahead. Blue is still on just wind economy, which is just crazy. Doesn't even have his geo up. Got the radar and jammer though. Still don't see any out of red. It's just insane for how much economy he has. Going for an APHIS now. The pinnacle of economic buildings. Once you get one, you just don't normally stop. You just keep exponentially raising your income. Got the lightning tanks coming through on the very, very side here. Commander of Sen getting in there, gets 1, 2, 3, 4. He's getting close to dying. He's got to be careful. Oh, those lightning tanks could have taken him out. Instead, they're going to go past. They're going to kite a lot of these pawns, which I do like. Just taking them out, but then some sharpshooters put an end to things. We'll see if Victorious rebuilds over here, or if this is left in the way it is, because we got a pulsar coming in over here. If Green wants to do any more of these run-bys, he's got a clock on him now. Pulsar is going to dramatically reduce the ability to just run units past. They can shoot from so far away. We get the advanced geo up for the green player. Which I guess is why he hasn't gone for any fusion. He's got so many tidal generators. I do like he built a construction turret out here to help with the speed of which they're built. Alright, we're finally getting a push out here. Got Quakers coming forward. These jammers, they're here, but they weren't covering the whole side yet. There we go. Awkward bit of exchange here. Sheldon are dying off as the can't see the enemy that's shooting them. And now Tigers are going to get in range. Fiends are going to try and jump on this. It's getting really messy, which is good for the Fiends. The Tigers just have too much health though. And with the Quakers behind, the Sheldon are going to be obliterated here. And at this point, the entire western flank is now open to a push. Got the leftover Lashers still here. Putting in work they weren't forgotten about. They're a decent unit to keep around as opposed to getting rid of because they do have good anti-air capability. And now, Red is going to be losing some mexes off to the west side. They're all T1s until he gets up here. And if he can get up here unopposed, there is a lot of constructors up here. Oh my. Look at that. There is 5 T1 and 3 T2 constructors. They're going to try and quickly put up Persecutor, which it's not a bad call, but I don't think it's in time because the enemies are already in range. Like, the constructors are starting to die as this pop-up turret gets completed. So it will help. It will. Ooh, wow. We went straight to T3. Demon on the field. Correction. Multiple demons on the field. And while he did lose a lot of economy here on the northwest side, these demons are going to be a crisis for the west side. Sharpshooters just putting an end to all of Green's troops trying to come forward. He's going for an Aphis. I feel like he needs units right now. He's getting pushed by sharpshooters. He needs to spam T1 units. He needs ticks coming out of this lab right now. 3 demons coming across. And nothing that, well, there's a commander. But with 3 of them, your positioning would have to be perfect to take out all 3 before you die to one of them. They are such high DPS enemies. Surprised at how much metal the blue team has. Are they just... They don't have the build power, I guess. Demons are going to come through all the way on the western side here. I don't think 3 LLTs are going to do it, and the commander is out of position. He's desperately trying to put up a bulwark, but it's not even going to be in the right position. Demons are coming through, and unless I'm mistaken, these are getting into the back line, and they are going to obliterate everything that blue has back here. There's no getting around that. These are coming in. Yeah, little whirlwinds wouldn't do anything. Demons do have AA. Build power goes down. Windmills going down. Labs going down. These demons just might do in the whole game here. They are just frying the blue team. Oh my gosh. Coming over, gonna take out the green player now. Now that the blue player has just been eviscerated. Starlight's great defensive tool against them. Too late, unfortunately. If those 20 Mauser had been 10 Starlight instead, been so much better. There it is. GG is called. Red team takes victory with some devastating flamethrowers coming down the left side and getting in the back line. The demons just run amok.
Battle ended.
If you guys enjoyed the cast, please leave me a like. If there's something you want to see or something I can improve on, let me know in the comments section. Thank you. We'll see you again.